He was a very handsome, inspirational, and loving person and father. He, like I said, he was on a trip with his family when this happened. We have to talk about the tragic death of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Malcolm Jamal Warner died at the age of 54, tragically. And a lot of people thinking it might have something to do with the illness. No, the man drowned. He was at a family trip in Costa Rica. And do anybody know the details on this, of what happened here? I know that Ryan Hamilton sent me something. Let me see if I can. I'm sure it was in that article that Ryan Hamilton sent me, but let me see what he put for me here, because he said this was just very tragic, and it was. It was.
This happens. Oceans and beaches are not safe places. Like there's riptides, there's undertows.
I love how you were like, it was just like, don't go in the water.
Yeah, you making it sound like this is Jaws or something.
No, I mean, I'm from California.
There's sharks and giant squids.
Look, I'm
will get you.
I'm from California, a city with 2 rivers, and spend a lot of time in Pismo Beach and Santa Maria. Shit happens because people aren't careful enough in the ocean.
Well, no, he's right. You know, the tides can take people under. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not saying you're wrong. It was just the way you described it. Like the ocean was alive. Poseidon going to claim you.
It basically is.
He made it sound like the ocean's a murderer. Yeah. Like the ocean grabbed him and pulled him in. I was trying to find Ryan Hamilton. Oh, here it is. It said this could have been avoided.
Something that they tried to revive him for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think a current pulled him in, and when they brought him out, he couldn't be revived, and tragically he passed away. So, we're not here to like concentrate on his death as much. I mean, it's terrible. It needs to be recognized, but when these things happen, I like to kind of celebrate them because, these things are happening to people that had a big impact on several generations. Because, I mean, Malcolm Jamal Warner was, I was there at Malcolm Jamal Warner Ground Zero, when he was, of course, on the COSBY Show. And everybody, it's funny because nobody can say it right. You just can't say the name normally. Everybody has to say, Theo Huxtable. There he is right there as a young man. And, well, everybody used to love this show. If you weren't around when the Cosby Show was at the height of its popularity, I mean, you missed out on the phenomenon. It was something that everybody rushed home to see, killed in syndication, and everybody has their favorite episode. But then there's that episode that everybody knows. And if you want to talk about a Theo episode, it was that episode with the shirt. You remember this episode?
Yeah, because Anthony Mackie wore that shirt, I think, too.
All right, God damn it. I just asked you yes or no questions.
Yes, I know the episode.
Yes. No, it was the episode with the shirt. And everybody remembers that. It's when Theo tried to get an expensive shirt. It cost too much. Bill Cosby said, you better take that shit back. And so he tried to go the cheap route and have one of his sisters make it. And you remember this. And then this is, being that's a sitcom, it didn't go as planned.
What is this? Is this my shirt? Is this the shirt I made?
I like the way that shirt looks deformed. That shirt looks like the equivalent of the Elephant Man.
There you go. Is this the shirt they're supposed to think is a bordering guard trail? Ask me the question again.
Man, this is why people love Malcolm Jamal Warner as Theo. He was perfect. His comic timing was incredible. And by the way, yes, that shirt, if you want to see how that shirt was meant to be, that shirt episode is so popular that people said, you just can't disrespect that shirt like that. Come on, we need to see that shirt as it was meant to be seen.
This is exciting. You're officially the new Captain America. And
I like the way Jimmy Fallon does nothing about that shirt right there. He's just gonna let that shirt slide. Even Anthony Mack like, God damn, man, I wore this shirt and he doesn't notice at all. But this is the shirt in all its glory right there. So that the show was so popular, it made pieces of clothing famous. And the thing with Theo, or Anthony Mackie. I'm looking at him. Yeah, what about me? No, the thing with nice shirt, right? but the thing with Theo, the character Theo, or Malcolm Jamal Warner, man, he was highly influential on other black actors who were coming up, because he was a child actor that actually did all right for himself. You never heard anything bad about him. You never heard anything where he was strung out on something, or he was caught in some sex scandal, or he was never doing anything that you see a lot of cursed child actors do. Mm-hmm. You know, he didn't have any scandal with his parents or anything like that. And so some of the younger black actors that were coming up, they said, man, listen, that guy was one of my first influences. That guy was one of the people that actually pushed me to be where I am today. And one of those people is Urkel. Oh, I'm sorry. When he wasn't Urkel, who was it? He was what was cool Urkel? Stefan. I'm sorry, that's Stefan right there. No, that's Jaleel White. And Jaleel White goes on to say some very glowing things about Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Please remember him as a poet, a Grammy Award-winning musician, and an actor who did a lot more than just star on a sitcom when he was a kid.
And that's him talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner after he was gone, you know. So, and like I said, he was known for being just a good guy all the time, even as a kid. No scandals, no trouble, as he said. And there was a lot of times, this is the 80s and the 90s, and the child star in a minute. Yeah. You kind of expected to. If you didn't, it was like, what's wrong with you? Do you want to be famous or not? When you watch the character Theo on the Cosby Show, Theo was a good kid. I'm not talking about just Malcolm Jamal Warner. I'm talking about Theo. Theo was a good kid. He was in a well-off family. They were rich. They had a nice home. All of them were well-behaved. They were college-bound. They were all good kids, man. Pure good kids. And they were role models. They were images that black people, that's what we said we wanted to see. That's what we claim. We need more positive black images out there. And the moment we got one, the moment Theo came on, a lot of people, that nigga corny. Like, man, it was a whole debate at the time where it's like, man, how come we ain't telling real stories about black people, like, being from the hood and on drugs? And it's like, well, that's not all we're doing. And so it was very frustrating. And even Malcolm Jamal Warner addressed that. He was on this show called Hot and Bothered with Melissa Ford. And he was kind of addressing this whole thing of Theo not being a cool guy because he was just a good kid and a role model.
I was fucking with the people who were like, Theo's corny. Mm-hmm. Somebody called me America's favorite white black boy.
That assignment goes to
Corey Coleman. No, no, you probably can guess who she's about to say. You know what she's about to say, right? Well, now you're going to be like, of course.
Oh, Carlton.
What'd you say? Yeah, Carlton. Yeah, let me see here.
I feel like that assignment goes to Carlton.
Yeah, it was Carlton. And Carlton really was corny. And Carlton was that character that was created to be that stereotype of what everybody said you had to be if you were a well-off rich black kid, or a kid who talked, who didn't talk with like you were a hood kid or something.
Articulate.
It was articulate. Yeah, unlike me. So. And it's funny too, because I think the more he talks about Theo being corny, the blacker he tries to become in the interview.
Growing up and having all of these people love Theo and all of these girls love me because I'm on TV, I'm paying attention to the motherfuckers who are like, Theo's corny.
Right.
She's like, what happened to Theo? She's kind of like, now I'm getting scared. The thing is, a lot of people just forgot about that. They said, look, Theo's cool. Theo's stylish. Theo's down. Just because he is articulate, just because he speaks well, just because he's a smart kid, just because he's in a rich family, let's not hold that against him. And not only was Theo cool, because Theo was stylish all the time. Theo was, providing he didn't let his sister touch his clothes, but he was always cool. He was always kind of good with the ladies. He had cool friends, man. He was down, so he wasn't as corny as people were saying. And I think that reflected even with Malcolm Jamal Warner, the actor, because Malcolm Jamal Warner, he was good with them. He was in with the music crowd. Some really popular people back in the day. I remember one of my first times seeing him in something. Let me see here. There was this band called Houdini, and they had this song called Funky Beat. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, he introduced the video. And it's funny because when he introduced the video, he played on that kind of corny thing at first.
As you know, we're here to talk about the funk.
I don't know. I don't know. That the video quickly went off the rails.
That looks like that caught you by surprise. Did you watch this before?
Yeah, no, I remember the video.
I got a little scared something was in this drink.
I was real. Yeah, because we've been drinking during this, and I almost was like, throwing it over, you gotta get off this shit. I don't know if this is the video of this goddamn peanut butter whiskey you gave me. Did you spike my shit? Oh. And they're high as hell. But later on the video, like Malcolm Jamal Warner, he showed how cool he was, because like I said, that's why he was hanging out with these musical people, because they liked him. He was down. He was cool.
Young ladies, with shoulder width, 'cause like 5 + 5, we equal 10.
Okay, he kind of corny, but just a little bit. But he was with the band. They still loved him. Damn, Tina Turner's back there.
This reminds me of something out of like Fear of a Black Hat.
Or Fear of Black anything. Y'all remember New Edition? The band New Edition? Yeah, he was. These are all bands who were popular at the time when Malcolm Jamal Warner was young and was still on Cosby Show.
That was a dreamy side.
I love Theo. A lot of girls love him. That's why he was hanging out with like R&B bands back in the day, like New Edition.
Got a lot of stuff to go over in the summer, so we need to go through that.
That's just skinny. You see, he can barely pick that one up.
Got a lot of stuff to go over in the summer, so we need to go through that now, Yeah. Hello?
Yo, we're here. Get him out the house.
All right, peace.
Look, they got a like Batman, they got a red phone just for Malcolm Jamal Warner. The Malcolm phone. And he only got sexier as he got older because of course, the Cosby Show is always going to be there. That's going to be the big thing. That's going to be his biggest legacy of TV. And it's a great legacy to have. He's history. But he also had that show, Malcolm and Eddie, it was him and Eddie Griffin. And he was even more of a ladies' man on there.
Now's really not the best time.
But it's the only time.
Well, it just became the perfect time. How about you and me grab something to eat in a little while?
And the reason why he said in a little while, because he got another chick there. he's trying to juggle. So yeah, Theo grew up to be the ladies' man. Mm-hmm. Kind of like you, man. Got to get himself some of those glasses you got. But he also was known by a lot of younger generations too. Maybe not by his face, even though if you saw his face, you knew exactly who he was. But he was doing voice work for certain things up there. Now, he did a lot of things. He won Grammys. He did music. He directed episodes of shows behind the scenes. And he did a lot of stuff behind the camera. And as I said, including some voice work. Somebody said, voice work? Yes, he did. He even did voice work. So everybody knows Static Shock.
Yeah.
The show Static Shock.
Yeah.
He was a record producer on there. A guy named Lester Biggs, who was kind of an asshole.
Mr. Biggs? Hey, boys. Earning your pay? Keeping the riffraff out? By the way, you're fired.
What? Motherfucker. you know that white guy's like, that N-word, say what I think. Also, all right, Felix. What else did he do?
He played the producer on the Magic School Bus.
There you go. You want to tell people what his character was like?
Yeah, well, it was because like the Magic School Bus kind of acknowledged that it was a show, so there would be like a call-in segment, and he would answer questions about like something that happened in that episode. Like, you know, like for the digestion one, hey, wouldn't it take like 8 hours? Yeah, we had to speed it up for the sake of TV.
Yeah. They was like how did kids turn into raindrops or something like that?
Yeah.
Like kids cartoon. Go find something to do. But no, he was the producer. They would call in and he would just he would answer those crazy questions.
Hello, Magic School Bus.
But there's no way any spacecraft could visit all 9 planets in a day.
Well, if we
They look as a show, okay? Who is this? Yeah, I mean, we could go much longer talking about all the stuff that he's done, because he did do a lot. He won a lot of awards, and it's very tragic that he's gone. And here's one of the last videos. He was also, I mean, just an inspirational guy. He was a very handsome, inspirational, and loving person and father. He, like I say, he was on a trip with his family when this happened. And this is one of the last videos that he did. And it's cute because he was talking about why he's wearing a certain thing. And it's an adorable explanation.
Yes, I got the flower in my hair. Today's my daughter's birthday. She put the flower there, so I'm rocking it. I just wanted to shout out and just spread some love.
Oh, look at that. She's like, I live there. Boy, she's been back there. Show people who you are so we can. Ashley's been up there the whole time. I've been talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner. She loves Malcolm Jamal Warner so much. She's been back there just dancing. Yeah. I'm like, Malcolm Jamal Warner he was on the Magic School Bus. Yeah, school bus. Yeah.
That's what I had in my head.
Someone's gonna clip that, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
That clown's gonna make the hype train.
I'll tell you, yeah, I'll tell you what was going on in your head.
A
clown talking in your head.
I thought the clown was me. I like puppets.
So you like that little clown?
I have something to tell you. Yes, exactly.
But she's been dancing with no music the whole time. You see it?
Yes, I was trying not to like call attention to it because it was just happening into my peripheral.
Malcolm Jamal Warner has tragically passed away. Yeah.
It was cute, but I was just like, I can't look. I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, we're talking about this serious thing. And she's on the dance and you try to hold your laughter.
Because I know that you're gonna call attention to my laugh, and I'll be like, come on, man.
Adam Sandler talks about working with Malcolm Jamal Warner. Right here.
I hate to bring up the sad news, but news did break today of the untimely passing of Malcolm Jamal.
I can't believe it. He was so good to me as a person.
Wow, nobody has anything bad to say about Malcolm Jamal Warner at all, man. That's great to hear, man. Because I'm just telling you what I hear and read about the guy. I don't know. He might murder puppies or something. I don't know.
Did Cosby make a statement?
Cosby, you know what? Cosby did make a statement.
Do it in his voice.
Here's Cosby's statement right here. Let's see here. Bill Cosby shared heartfelt memories of his on-screen son, Malcolm Jamal Warner. He said he was a great studier, and I enjoyed working with him very much. Malcolm calls her regularly, describing their relationship as one where he acted as a mentor similar to his own grandfather. He was very professional He always knew his part. He always knew his lines, and he always knew where to go. You know, even Cosby had to come in and say, somebody to keep his damn mouth shut. He had to come in and say something. Yeah.
No matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile. Like if you just take a minute to stop and take stock, I guarantee you can find at least one reason to smile.
And that's how I want to remember Malcolm Jamal Warner. Not because of this tragedy, which you have to pay respect and you do have to remember that, but just this man who was so kind and just gave good vibes and energy and words of advice like this, wearing a flower in his hair from his daughter. That's how I want to end this segment and remember that. Or would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it, and check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon, where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.